Welcome back to Nuanza Art, your go-to channel for inspiring home design and interior ideas from around the world. Today, we're taking you on a journey into the heart of Italy, where timeless tradition meets modern lifestyle. Imagine walking through rolling hills dotted with vineyards, olive groves, and golden sunlight, only to find a tiny stone house nestled quietly in the Italian countryside. This isn't just a home. It's a lifestyle defined by simplicity, charm, and rustic minimalism. In this video, we'll step inside this charming retreat to explore how natural materials, thoughtful design, and cultural heritage come together in one harmonious space. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Nuanza Art, like this video if you love unique home inspirations, and leave a comment below telling us your favorite detail in this beautiful home. Now, let's start our journey inside this rustic stone house and uncover its minimalist living charm. Italy's countryside has long been admired for its breathtaking scenery and rich traditions. From Tuscany to Umbria, the rolling landscapes are filled with centuries-old stone houses that blend effortlessly into nature. What makes these homes so alluring is not just their age, but the stories they carry. Each stone wall tells a tale of family gatherings, harvest seasons, and generations who once called these houses home. The tiny stone house, in particular, magnifies this charm by embracing simplicity over grandeur. Instead of towering villas, you find intimate dwellings that highlight modest living. Their appeal lies in authenticity: wooden shutters, clay-tiled roofs, and rough-textured stone walls that remain cool in summer and warm in winter. The countryside setting enhances this magic, offering tranquility, fresh air, and a deep connection with the land. These homes are not just places to live, but sanctuaries where rustic beauty meets a minimalist approach to life. first impression of this tiny stone house is one of timeless beauty. Unlike modern constructions that often chase trends, this home radiates permanence and natural elegance. Its stone façade, weathered by decades of wind and sun, blends seamlessly with the surrounding hills. Small wooden-framed windows peek through thick walls, each one carefully placed to maximize natural light while maintaining the house's cozy feel. The roof, made of traditional terracotta tiles, glows under the Mediterranean sun, creating a warm and inviting presence from afar. Even the garden surrounding the house is simple yet enchanting, with herbs, wildflowers, and climbing vines decorating the stone walls. It's not about manicured perfection, but about harmony with nature. Walking up to the house, you instantly sense a slower pace of life, where morning coffee is enjoyed outdoors and evenings are spent listening to crickets under the stars. The exterior sets the stage for the rustic minimalist story inside. Opening the wooden door, you step into a space that immediately whispers, "Less is more." The interior is defined by rustic minimalist design, where every element has purpose and beauty. Instead of clutter, there is openness. Instead of bright synthetic materials, there are organic textures. The walls reveal exposed stone, reminding you of the home's historic roots, while soft neutral paints highlight sections where natural light pours in. Wooden beams line the ceiling, left untreated to showcase their natural grain. The flooring is made from aged terracotta tiles, cool to the touch and echoing with history beneath each step. What makes this minimalist is not the absence of character, but the careful curation of what remains: simple furnishings, handmade ceramics, and linens in earthy tones. The house invites you to breathe deeply, let go of excess, and embrace an aesthetic that feels both grounded and calming. living area is the heart of this tiny stone house. Despite its modest size, the space feels warm, welcoming, and thoughtfully designed. A small fireplace, built directly into the stone wall, serves as both a practical heat source and a focal point for the room. Above it, a simple wooden mantel holds just a few carefully chosen items, perhaps a candle, a vintage photo, or a piece of handcrafted pottery. Seating is minimal yet comfortable, often consisting of a linen sofa paired with a rustic wooden chair. Natural textiles like wool throws and cotton cushions add warmth without overwhelming the space. Light filters through the small windows, creating patterns on the floor and walls that change with the time of day. This is a room where one can read, share conversations, or simply gaze out at the countryside in peace. It embodies the essence of cozy simplicity, free from distractions. In rustic, minimalist living, the kitchen isn't just a place for cooking, it's the soul of the home. This tiny stone house embraces that philosophy perfectly. The kitchen is compact, yet everything has its place. Open shelving replaces heavy cabinets, allowing easy access to essential cookware while showcasing handmade ceramic bowls, copper pans, and jars of dried herbs. The countertops, often crafted from wood or natural stone, reflect durability and authenticity. A small farmhouse sink, with its simple design, enhances the old-world charm. The dining table is modest in size, usually positioned close to a window to enjoy countryside views while eating. Fresh produce from the garden or local market adds color and vibrancy to the space. The kitchen here is not about luxury appliances but about honest functionality and connection, preparing food slowly, savoring flavors, and gathering with loved ones in a setting that feels both humble and inspiring. The bedroom of this tiny stone house is a study in serenity. Stripped of unnecessary decoration, it embodies the idea that less truly creates more space for peace. The bed is often simple, crafted from wood, and dressed in linens made of natural fibers like cotton or linen. Neutral tones dominate: soft whites, earthy beiges, and warm browns, enhancing the calming atmosphere. A small bedside table may hold a single lamp or a book, while the walls remain uncluttered, allowing the raw beauty of exposed stone or plaster to shine through. Instead of heavy curtains, light fabrics let the morning sun filter gently into the room, creating a sense of waking up with nature itself. The bedroom is not just a place to sleep. It's a sanctuary for rest, reflection, and renewal. Its minimalist approach proves that true comfort lies not in abundance, but in simplicity and authenticity. The bathroom continues the theme of rustic elegance with minimalist intention. Rather than being overly designed, the space emphasizes raw materials and timeless functionality. A stone or ceramic sink sits atop a reclaimed wood vanity, exuding character in every grain and imperfection. The shower area may be lined with natural tiles, evoking the feeling of being close to the earth. Wrought iron fixtures and brass taps add a vintage charm, proving that practicality can also be beautiful. Instead of excessive decoration, small touches like a woven basket, a sprig of lavender, or a linen towel provide warmth and personality. Light plays an important role here as well, with windows designed to let in soft daylight while maintaining privacy. The bathroom becomes more than a utilitarian space. It transforms into a quiet retreat, where simplicity fosters calmness and every detail contributes to an atmosphere of rustic refinement. One of the greatest joys of living in a tiny stone house in the Italian countryside is the seamless connection with nature. Outdoor living is not just an occasional activity here. It's part of everyday life. A small patio, furnished to the wooden table and chairs, invites you to enjoy meals under the open sky. Vines climb along the walls, blending architecture with greenery. The garden often contains a mix of herbs, vegetables, and fruit trees, allowing homeowners to live in harmony with the land. Paths lined with stone lead to quiet corners for reading, meditation, or simply admiring the rolling hills. The outdoor environment enhances the minimalist lifestyle, reminding us that beauty is not only found inside the home, but also in the natural surroundings that nurture and inspire. In this setting, the boundaries between indoor and outdoor living almost disappear, creating a truly holistic way of life. As we conclude our journey inside this tiny stone house in the Italian countryside, we're left with a deep appreciation for how rustic minimalist living can transform not only spaces but also the way we experience life. Every stone, every wooden beam, and every simple furnishing tells a story of balance between tradition and modern simplicity. This home proves that comfort does not come from excess but from authenticity, natural beauty, and thoughtful design. Living here means reconnecting with nature, slowing down, and finding joy in the everyday moments. If you enjoyed this tour, make sure to subscribe to Nuanza Art for more inspiring home and interior design ideas from around the world. Don't forget to like this video if you were inspired, and leave us a comment below. Would you live in a rustic stone house like this? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next design journey.